Hi there, I'm Luke Sweeney, editor at Angel Publishing. I'm here to read a few interesting questions that we've gotten from readers recently. What effect will ChatGPT have on AI assistants like Alexa and Siri? If you ask me, they are dead in the water in comparison. The best way for them to keep pace with the way the market is going is to either upgrade or die. Personally, I think it's a huge blunder that they aren't at the forefront of AI, considering Alexa and Siri have both been the de facto virtual assistants that we've all been working with for about a decade now. Despite that, just like Skype, how they failed to overtake Zoom when work from home and video conferencing became the new standard, Alexa and Siri are falling dangerously behind ChatGPT. If AI companies like ChatGPT are private, what's the best way to invest in the AI revolution? This is a question that we get probably once a day. If you haven't noticed, Google and Microsoft are the two big players in the AI space, mostly because Google controls the vast majority of the training data that feeds just about every example of AI that you can find on the market. But that doesn't mean that it's the only option to invest. Here at Angel Publishing, a lot of times we like to aim for what we call the enablers, and those are the links in the supply chain that essentially a big movement like AI would never be able to exist without hundreds of suppliers. You know, it's not just, AI doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's not just software. It runs on advanced hardware, far more advanced than you would need, or than you're finding in the typical smartphone. That's a big thing at Technology and Opportunity, one of our publications at Angel. So you can follow the link down and see exactly what I'm talking about. Will the new companies leading the way in AI be able to challenge the current big tech companies? Again, a question that we get just about every day. Just because big tech is leading the way does not mean in any way that they're the only companies in the space. You've probably heard of ChatGPT and DALL-E, and that's a new form of AI that they're calling generative AI. And don't get me wrong, it's gonna have incalculable impact on society, but it's not the only way that AI can, make you money, make your company money, and make investors money. Just about every industry is inefficient. Anybody that works in a heavy industry like energy or tech or anything knows there's always improvements that can be made. But a lot of times those improvements, they're very difficult for a human worker to figure out. That's where AI comes into play. It kind of has the ability to solve problems using huge amounts of data in a fraction of a second. If your workflow is not optimized, it will be after running an AI program through it. All right, number 4, switching gears a little bit to the green fuel space, another one of the hot topics we've been looking at. So it says, what is the US EPA biofuel mandate and how will it affect the markets? So recently, I wrote an article about this one. The EPA made a somewhat concerning decision to update what they consider a biofuel, meaning a fuel made from biological sources like food waste or various different industrial wastes. So the EPA recently changed their language to define biofuels as things made from biological sources or waste products. And that opens up a huge can of worms, considering the vast majority of products that have been approved under this rule are neither renewable nor biological. They essentially have ruined the entire purpose of what the regulation was meant to do. So Chevron, one of the biggest oil companies in the world, recently got approved for 30 designs of biofuels that are made entirely using plastic waste. And thanks to this new EPA legislation, these approved fuels have a 250,000% higher rate of cancer than what the EPA considers acceptable. So in terms of how that will affect the markets, I would be hesitant to put any real money in a rule this short-sighted. I can't imagine how long it'll last. Next question, also in the green fuel space. Will hydrogen cars overtake electric? A question that has been asked for probably a decade now. Short answer, no. Long answer, probably also no. But that doesn't mean that they're useless. You've probably seen a lot of electric cars on the road, but if you've seen a hydrogen car on the road, I would be very surprised. There are a few models out there that have had some commercial success, but overall, the industry is just not responding. It would require the same level of infrastructure upgrades that electric cars are currently struggling to get. and overall the efficiency and the supply factors are just not there. But on the other hand, in the green fuel space, they're having a lot of success with different fuel types that could potentially be used not in passenger vehicles, but in much bigger vehicles like shipping barges and commercial airliners. Yet another thing in technology and opportunity that I can't go too deep into now, but if you follow the link in the description of this video, you'll find all the information you need. And that's all we have for this week. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and thanks very much for watching.